Well, now the impact of the conflict could prove to be far-reaching, as could its context amid the very changing political climate right across the Middle East. Carl Dinnan has this report.
Even as Israeli bombs fall on Gaza, a road to peace is apparently being mapped in Cairo. Despite these scenes, Hamas representatives in the Egyptian capital say the Israelis are looking for a ceasefire.
Netanyahu is the one who asked for a truce. He asked the Americans, Europeans and many international figures. He also asked Egypt and others to help reach a truce. It's not Hamas, the resistance, or the people of Gaza who asked for a truce.
But Israeli armour is massing along the Gaza frontier, and the Israelis deny requesting a ceasefire. Yet they too are said to have representatives in Cairo. The UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon arrived in town this evening and will later go on to meet the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So there are signs of diplomatic hope.
I'm pleased that Israel has so far held back from a ground invasion while such negotiations go on, and also that the rate of rocket attacks on Israel has fallen for whatever reason over the last 24 hours. So these are positive developments.
Israel may be treading carefully in a Middle East which looks much less certain than it did when they last attacked Gaza 4 years ago. Egypt under Hosni Mubarak was fully committed to peace with Israel, but the Arab Spring swept the Muslim Brotherhood to power. Notwithstanding the Cairo talks, they are much more inclined to back the Palestinians publicly. Today, the leader of the Brotherhood's political wing visited the ruined Hamas headquarters in Gaza City in a show of solidarity. Now, Turkey was once Israel's other big regional ally, but that relationship was shredded 2 years ago when Israel stormed an aid ship heading to Gaza, killing 9 Turkish activists. And today, the Turkish Prime Minister was scathing about the Israeli offensive on Gaza.
Can those who massacre a child have a place in this world? Can we say they respect humanity? For this reason, I say that Israel is a terrorist state, and its acts are terrorist acts.
Elsewhere in the region, Syria's always been hostile, but now it's also unstable. Although at least from Israel's point of view, the Assad regime is locked in its own civil war. But that war has destabilized Lebanon. And then there's Iran, always Iran, supplying Hamas, building its nuclear program, and no doubt watching Israel's new missile shield with great interest. Some are even asking if the real reason for Israel's offensive is to protect its back in the event of a military confrontation with Tehran.
Carl Dinnan.